Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to this segment of Code Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. The recitation today is a composition of Bhagat Trilochan, who is one of the many Bhagats whose compositions have found a place in the Sri Guru Granth Sahib. This is on page 525. It is a continuation of Rag Gujri Var. And the recitation, Ik Onkar Satguru Prasad, Antar mal Nirmal nahi kina, Bahir pekh udasi, Hirday kamal ghat brahman china, Kahe bhaya sannyasi, पर मैं भूली रे जय चंदा, नहीं नहीं चीन्हया परमानंद रहाओ, घर घर खाया पिंड बधाया, खिंथा मुंदा माया, पूम मसान की पसम लगाई, गुर बिन तत् न पाया, काय चपोरे काय तपोरे, काय बिलो पानी, लख 84 जिन्हें उपाई, सो सिमरो निर्वाणी, काय कमंडल कापड़िया रे, 68 काय फिराही, बदत त्रिलोचन सुन रे प्राणी, कण बिण काहो के पाही. In the Rahau, the reflection, there is this line that says, Bhar mein bhule re jai chanda. Jai Chand is a common name, and English translators of this line have indeed translated it as a proper name, the assumption being that Re Jai Chanda is addressing someone called Jai Chand, who is apparently a renunciate, a wandering monk. Now, that is indeed the way that I have chosen to translate it as well, because I felt that Jai Chanda could also be thought of as like the moon, lost like the moon. But that may not be appropriate, because the moon is not really lost. It wanders in its orbit, but it's a very fixed orbit, and it knows what it is doing. So it's very likely that this is a renunciate called Jai Chanda. So Jai Chand, we will go with that assumption. Jai Chand is being addressed by Bhagat Trilochan, a Marathi medieval poet, saint, mystic. And he says to him, "O Jai Chand, you are deluded, Parme, and lost. Why? Nahi nahi chinhya Paramananda." Trilochan says you are lost and deluded, and I can tell you that you have not tasted supreme bliss, Paramananda, that state of mind, that ultimate state of mind. You certainly have not tasted it. That's the reflection. And then this is where the passage begins. He is looking at Jai Chand and saying, you are maintaining a facade, the facade of a renunciate, udasi. You've kept up a facade, pekh, antar mal nirmal nahi kina, bahir pekh udasi. A pekh is an external garb, but it also means a facade. When you wear, there is an implication here that when you wear religious garb, you're really concealing something within. And what is Jai Chand, if indeed it is Jai Chand? Concealing. It could be applicable to anyone who's on the path of renunciation. Wearing the garb of a renunciate, but kind of broadcasting to the world that I'm not attached to the world, but antarmal nirmal nahi kini, but within, ego attachment has not been cleansed. So there's a bit of hypocrisy here. So what is the point of renouncing worldly life? Hirde kamal gat brahmana china kahe bhaya sannyasi. Why? What is the point of being a sannyasi? One who's renounced worldly life, when Hirde Kamal Ghat Brahmana China, when what is the point? He's saying when the lotus-born Brahma, that is to say the creator, is within the heart. You have not recognized the heart, but here you are renouncing the world. The point? That one which has brought forth all creation sits at the heart of creation. There is nowhere to go to look for it. It is where you are. So that is the first stab that Bhagat Lochan is taking at Jai Chand. He says, you wear this garb, you pretend to be a renunciate, but you don't understand that what you're looking for is at the heart of every being, including yours. And then he, of course, takes him to task and says, Kar kar khaya pind badaya khinta munda maya. Kar kar khaya pind badaya. You go door to door, which is what they do, begging for food. So you beg at the door of householders while you condemn them, and then you fatten the body, pinda badaya. You remain attached to the world, but you have this patched cloak and you wear earrings which signify a renunciate. Again, a comment on his appearance. More comments on the appearance. They also smear their bodies with ash from a cremation ground as a reminder of death, the constant awareness of death. So Tirlochan says, Puma masaan ki pasam lagai. Your body is smeared with ash from a cremation ground, but gur bin tat na paya. Without the gur, without knowledge, the essence cannot be discerned. What does it mean to be constantly aware of death? It means to be mindful. It means to be mindful. And then, Kay japore, kay tapore, kay belovo pani. So without this awareness, all of your chanting and all of your practice, spiritual practice, is like churning water. Why do you chant? Why do you practice austerities? Why churn water? It is like churning water. Instead, what you should be doing is Lakh chaurasi jinhe upai, so simro nirbani. So simro nirbani, remain mindful of the one who, having brought forth all species of life, 84 lakh, 84 million, remains aloof and unattached. Here's a lesson for us, that we might create a lot of things around us. We may build relationships, but we have to remain detached there is a certain level of detachment that is necessary. And he says again, a pointer to the renunciate, Kaye ka mandal ka padiya re, outsat kaye firahi. Why carry a pot of water? Why wear these patched robes? Why wander around places of pilgrimage? Kamandal. This is a pot of water that they carry in their hands as they wander from pilgrimage to pilgrimage. So Trilochan then speaks his mind. Badat Trilochan, sunare prani. Listen to me, O being. Here, the address is a generic address, not necessarily to Jayachand, although it can be addressed to Jayachand as well. Karnabin gahu kepahi. What you are doing is laying out for threshing crop that has no grain in it. It is all husk. So this is fruitless practice, what you're doing. The real practice is discernment, is awareness, it's mindfulness of how to live life. So instead of being focused on outward appearance, we need to cultivate inner qualities of devotion, of purity. So the genuine path is internal. Outer symbols are meaningless if you are not aligned within, if you're not integrated. That is the message today. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.